evening, ladies and gentlemen, from coast to coast. This is Walter Hartley speaking with a special bulletin from the WINRAD Broadcasting Service. The war in the Middle East has entered its 9th day, and tonight, for the first time, the skies over Tehran are black with oil smoke. We take you first to our Washington correspondent, Edward James Whitmore. Edward?
Thank you, Walter. Good evening, America. President Trump said today that Iran will be hit very hard, and that this war will only end when Iran's leaders, in his words, cry uncle, or their military is no longer functional. He attended a dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base yesterday for the 6 American service members killed in the opening days of the conflict. The fallen have now been identified. Captain Cody Cork, age 35. Sergeant First Class Noah Teachins, 42. Sergeant First Class Nicole Amor, 39. Sergeant Declan Cody, 20. Major Jeffrey O'Brien, 45. And Chief Warrant Officer Robert M. When asked by a reporter whether the dignified transfer changed his thinking about the war, the president replied simply, "We are winning the war by a lot." A 7th American service member, an NYPD officer deployed to Kuwait with the Army National Guard, has also died following a medical episode at Camp Buehring. There are signs tonight of a fracture within the Iranian leadership. Iran's top security official, Ali Larijani, gave a televised address calling for national unity and denying rifts. But earlier in the day, President Pezeshkian issued a public apology to the Gulf states for Iranian retaliatory strikes hitting their territory, only to retract it hours later under pressure from hardliners. Trump dismissed Larijani in a phone interview with CBS News, saying he has no idea who he is and could not care less. Meanwhile, the Assembly of Experts, the clerical body responsible for choosing Iran's next supreme leader, says it has reached a decision. One senior cleric told Iranian state media that elections for the leadership have been held and the leader has been appointed, though no name has been announced. Israel has vowed to target whoever is named as Khamenei's successor. And China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi called for an immediate halt to military operations, warning that the flames of war risk spreading. Back to you, Walter.
Thank you, Edward. We go now to our Foreign Affairs correspondent, Theodore Charles Bennett. Theodore?
Thank you, Walter. The people of Tehran woke this morning to something they have not seen before in this conflict. Black clouds of oil smoke hanging over the city and rain falling thick with petroleum. For the first time, Israeli strikes targeted oil storage depots and refining facilities inside the Iranian capital. Video circulating on social media, verified by CNN, shows a massive fireball near a petroleum storage facility in northeastern Tehran. Mehrabad Airport, one of the capital's 2 main airports, was also struck. A resident of Tehran told CNN that people in the city feel like they are suffocating. Strikes also hit Shiraz, Qom, Isfahan, and Kermanshah. And in southern Iran, the United States bombed a freshwater desalination plant on Qeshm Island, which Iran called a precedent in the targeting of civilian water infrastructure. The war in Lebanon continues to deepen. In central Beirut, Israeli forces struck a Ramada hotel in the seaside Raouche district, killing at least 4 people. The Israeli military said the strike targeted key commanders of Iran's Quds Force, the Revolutionary Guard's foreign operations arm. Raouche had been untouched by Israeli strikes during the previous war between Israel and Hezbollah. Israel has now struck as far north as Tripoli. More than 200 people have been killed in Lebanon since the war began, and the Lebanese army has pulled back from some border positions. The United Kingdom has now granted the United States permission to use British military bases for what Prime Minister Keir Starmer called defensive action against Iranian missile sites, with an American B-1 Lancer bomber arriving at Royal Air Force Fairford in Gloucestershire on Friday evening. A new $151 million American arms sale to Israel has also been approved.
Theodore, what is the situation across the wider Gulf tonight?
Walter, the Gulf states are enduring yet another night of bombardment. The Kuwaiti Army reports a wave of hostile drones targeted fuel storage at Kuwait International Airport this morning. Saudi Arabia intercepted 16 drones heading toward the Shaybah oil field and 3 ballistic missiles aimed at a base south of Riyadh. Dubai intercepted attacks overnight. And in Bahrain, an Iranian drone struck a water desalination plant, causing material damage 1 day after the United States bombed a desalination plant in Iran. The targeting of water infrastructure on both sides marks a grim new chapter. Oil prices remain above $90 a barrel. The Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed, with Iran warning it will target any American or Israeli vessel that attempts passage. And the internet blackout inside Iran continues, with citizens creating informal communication networks to share information and reach loved ones. Meanwhile, hundreds of Iranian Americans rallied near the United States Capitol yesterday in support of freedom and democracy in Iran. Back to you, Walter.
Thank you, Theodore. Thank you, Edward. 9 days now, ladies and gentlemen. The oil burns over Tehran. The dead are counted in the thousands across 5 countries. Water plants are bombed on both sides of the Gulf. A new supreme leader has reportedly been chosen in secret while bombs fall on the building where the choosing was done. 6 American coffins came home to Dover. A 7th soldier has died in Kuwait. And the President of the United States says this war ends only when Iran's leaders cry uncle. We shall continue to bring you developments as they occur. This has been a special bulletin from the WINRAD Broadcasting Service. I am Walter Hartley. Stay close to your radio. And now, from the home front.
Hello, ladies. This is Dorothy Wilson. I thought about what to share with you tonight for a long while. It is International Women's Day, and I think it is worth saying that out loud. Around the world tonight, women are carrying more than they should have to. There are women in Tehran breathing oil smoke. There are women in Beirut carrying children through the streets. There are women in Kuwait and Bahrain listening for sirens. And there are women right here, in kitchens all across America, trying to make sense of a world that seems to be coming apart. So tonight, I want to give you something simple and warm, cinnamon toast. I know it sounds like nothing, but hear me out. You take good, thick bread, whatever you have, toast it until it is golden. Spread it generous with butter while it is still hot. Then mix together 3 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in a little bowl and sprinkle it over the top. That is it. It takes 2 minutes. It costs almost nothing. And when you sit down with a cup of tea and a piece of cinnamon toast, something in the world feels right again, even if just for a moment. That is what I want for you tonight, ladies. One quiet moment. You have earned it. Happy International Women's Day. God bless and good night.